And what I learned is the deep grief in men when it comes to, I miss the woman that I can really touch and that I can make happy with me touching her. Because in a patriarchal society, women learn that the touch of men are potentially rape and dangerous. And so they tend to not feel safe when a man touches them. And how men are sad about that, because it's a weird situation for a man. You love somebody, you want to touch somebody, you want to make love to somebody. And by you wanting to do that with the one you love is you making the one that you love uncomfortable, unsafe. So what can you do? You can hate your feelings. You can hate your soul. You can hate your heart. You can armor your heart. You can numb your heart. So men do that, and then they get blamed for having a closed heart. It's a vicious circle.
Yeah.
And I learned that men who go to prostitutes are in no way special. I mean, just every man that you can show me in the internet or somewhere else can be a client and maybe isn't a client of prostitutes. It's just the most normal man that you can imagine is one. And we do not need to talk about who is a client and who isn't. But we need to talk about the underlying motives, because very often it's not about pleasure. Very often, in most cases, men, okay, that's an aspect that I will mention in a few sentences, but let me finish this for a moment. But many men come out of reasons of suffering and unconsciously try to solve a problem that they need to solve in this society because it makes them unhappy and everybody else as well. And at the same time, nobody tells them how to solve it. So they have to struggle. They have to figure it out on their own. And then society comes and say, pay for sex, and then your problem is gone. And then they do that and they try that. I see even though it's unconscious, it's a very honest attempt. And I got warned in my very first working days that I might start devaluating or contempting men when I do this job. And it never happened like that. I was really like, it's just one human experience after another human experience. It's very understandable. And yes, on many layers, I mean, it's not a fairy tale. Sex work is real work, and it's really exhaustive on so many levels. And today, of course, I wouldn't do that anymore because I feel so like my nervous system is too precious for me in order to check that little about, do I feel safe enough with somebody? But the human lecture was so deep and profound. I'm so grateful for the essence that I could extract from this experience. Yay! Thank you so much for your interest in aliveness, no matter what. If you want to dive deeper into the shaking lifestyle, if you want to stop functioning and start living with every fiber of your being, you're super welcome in my shaking collection. You will find the link in the description below.